Hey there viewers, my name's Torinski and welcome back to another DCSS Sunday. Today we're of course jumping right back into the usual routine, trying to get a win with every deity in the game. Where we last left off, we'd finally checked another off of our list with our lovely gargoyle. Furthermore, finally going the distance, making Vehement proud. So hopefully today we can continue that general trajectory. We'll see how it goes. Because I believe we'll be beginning with an Ogre Transmuter, trying to get some of the transmutation magic explored a bit more before it finally will get taken out in the next version, changed over to Shapeshifter, changing forms even. So we'll see how that goes, but of course who knows what the dungeon has in store. So without further ado, let's just get ready to hop right into it, shall we? Thank you furthermore, appreciate it. Hey there, Kashnomo. How's it going? Good evening to you as well, my friend. Hope things are going fantastic on your end. And we'll go Ogre. I don't think we'll be starting Transmuter. It's possible, but definitely a little bit tougher to get off the ground. So then the question becomes, do I just go Fire Elementalist like I always do? I think I just might. Hedge Wizard isn't too bad for giving us a few more options, a few different paths to take in our opening spellbook, but I'm a sucker for Firefox, what can I say? I'm a simple man. So maybe we'll start off here today, see how it goes. We can always change gears if things are looking untenable after a few runs here. We'll have to see. It makes Willen as well. Good night to you. Also, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it, my friend. Welcome, welcome. As for our name, I always find myself in this trap. Why don't I come up with names before the stream? Is there any one I can reach for here? Transmute, Transmogrify, Transmogrify? Don't know how well that translates, but I'm gonna go for it. Let's not spend too long mulling over our options there, shall we? And of course, we'll just immediately get all of our skill caps set up here. Conjurations, we won't train too much early game. Fire magic, on the other hand, get to a decent level, and spellcasting, as always, my arbitrary number of 9. No idea why, but such is life. And we'll see how that goes. Auto pickup. Also on the agenda here, large rocks finally being included. Been a while. And last but not least, let's dump that morgue file and sneak on over here to grab that seed, just in case any of you lovely folks want to join along at home and see how you fare in the dungeon. There we go, and with that we are off to the races. Let's see. We can't keep ourselves in one piece early, immediately miscasting Foxfire. Probably not the best here. That's fine, we have plenty of runway, and in fact, probably what we should have done from the start is take this buddy out to an open area where all of our Foxfires get a little bit of time in the sun. Fantastic. And we will take that initial whip here just so we have something in hand. We will eventually be training unarmed combat, but we're not in a huge rush to do so, at least not at this moment in time. Fantastic. And there we go, level 2. So far, nothing too crazy going on here. I would hope not. As always, floor 1 should be fairly smooth going, all things considered. Fire Elementalists have enough firepower, quite literally, to get through in one piece. So we find our first other book here, and we get the Ice Magic starting handbook, essentially. Very, very interesting. I do have to remember that we only have 5 magic. I feel like our Fire Elementalists as of late have largely been Genie, and so I've very much gotten the habit of just spamming the ever-living crap out of our spells. So we'll try to put a little bit of a damper on that, make sure we're being just slightly more cognizant over our general state, as it were. But fantastic. What control does one use to stand still and miss a turn? You always walk through one Firefox, or one Foxfire. Browser on my mind, apparently. I believe you can press the S key is one way to wait a turn. You can also press the period key, And if you have a numpad, I think 5 on the numpad does the same thing. Oh, never mind. That's actually the wait command, so don't use that one. S key or period. Lowercase s, that is. Can definitely be very, very helpful. Though I do find myself over-relying on it. Sometimes there are turns where I should definitely be doing something, you know, taking a swing, anything productive really, and I've just gotten the habit of wait a turn, wait a turn, wait a turn. You know, for better or for worse. Unfortunately though, usually the latter. And we should do all right against our canine friends here. Fantastic. Yeah, no worries at all, Zolan. If I can put up enough fire, Terrence shouldn't be a problem. I probably should just go for this, right? Yikes. I was wrong. Well. Oof. Mistakes were made. Don't be like me, kids. You know what? Let's play it safe. Let's go Potion of Magic. I probably should have... Oh, I see part of the problem now is we're constantly accidentally hitting our slime friend instead of the man of the hour. Let's try to rectify that. Fantastic. Using Magic Potion, maybe not the ideal start, but at least it gives me hope that maybe I'm feeling a little more proactive today. Making sure we get that consumable used early instead of dying with it in our inventory as I usually would. I pause a little bit to panic slightly on the inside against that scorpion. Now, before we forget again, let's actually learn Scorch, because that would have been a prime example of where it would have been quite useful to have that by our side. And I guess we could learn Blast Motes as well. Not super castable, so I'm probably not going to be using it anytime immediately here. But we can at least get it in the back pocket. I mean, it's always nice to have some emergency measures. And we shall see how that goes as we continue forward in D2. So I think what we're going to be aiming for this run is Sif Muna. It does kind of guarantee that we'll get all the transmutation spells that we're kind of aiming for on this character. And so with that in mind, we'll give it a good old shot here, shall we? I do really like Ogres of Sif for whatever reason. Oh, hello, Sigmund. You're a fun surprise, a Scythe of Venom on you as well. Well, we're sitting here with almost nothing in our inventory. I mean, 27 health, if we just start blasting, we can probably get through you. Always slightly sketchy to see it in action, but we do, in fact, make it out of there in one piece. That's fantastic. Again, Sigmund, you know, very much the poster child of killing early players, but for whatever reason, lately, I feel like maybe the game is trying to trick me into being less and less scared of Sigmund, just so it can be a bit of a rug pull after the fact. Really the only explanation as to why I haven't died to Sigmund in a long time, because, I mean, we all know that I don't play like I should not be dying to early threats. Even in this run, so far, we've already seen that come to pass. But hey, I'll take it. I'm still very, very happy to see Sigmund go down without too much of a care in the world here. Ring of Wizardry, very helpful early on to get everything kind of rolling here. So I will actually learn Flame Wave as well, since that's very close. And let's see what we get here. A Summoning Spellbook. We're getting all the beginner spellbooks so far. Nothing that's gonna make us completely change gears, though I do like a lot of those summoning spells. Like, I got Golem, didn't I? I did. Guardian Golem is an incredible spell. You know, 16% failure rate's not bad for no training whatsoever. I'm gonna learn this. You know, just a little something in our back pocket. Again, pull cord in case of an emergency. Could get us out of an otherwise nasty spot, I feel. fantastic. So we're just about getting to the point where things are gonna start getting a bit more interesting here. Because Witnesses of the Ware's kills to go into a frenzy, attacking everything nearby with great strength and speed. I'm probably gonna say that's a no for me at this moment in time. Seems a bit counterintuitive to the whole staying alive strategy that we're aiming for here, but see how it goes. And I think, yeah, we can in fact take out the null pack. Oh, Natasha. Can we chill? Wait, Natasha can open doors? Or did maybe the imp opened a door for them? Regardless, in my quest to keep you alive, as much as you struggle to do exactly the opposite, Natasha, I will, in fact, just walk away and head to another stairwell. Hopefully we don't run into our cat friend again here. Would hate to have to even take a single life off of you, my friend, my feline pal. And let's see what the rest of the floor has in store, shall we? First thing you did as a noob last week was casting Inner Flame on a small minion in front of you, which killed you with an explosion. The fact that Guardian Golem does that too always scares you. It's definitely been a close call a couple of times. I've played a couple of specifically like Felid summoners, and you're constantly living with the fact that if you accidentally mess up and your own Guardian Golem blows up in your face, there's a pretty decent chance that that will in fact be lethal. So yes, I can definitely sympathize with you there. But a bit of practice definitely makes Guardian Golem just especially useful for keeping yourself in one piece. Positioning definitely comes with practice at the end of the day. I mean, it's gone to the point now where I think I've almost regressed. I've gone too far into the feeling comfortable about risk in that regard, or like self-risk, I guess. Just in terms of Blast Motes becoming a new fire elementalist spell in the latest, or in this version of the game. And immediately I kind of take those blasts to the face, hoping that it will be worth it in the long run. And, you know, usually it is, to be fair, but sometimes a little nasty. I think what gave me the most practice with that style of play was specifically coming across or getting used to playing with Fulminant Prism, because Fulminant Prisms, you know, they have a very straightforward kind of mechanic to them, which is great, but you can definitely find yourself in nasty situations pretty often. Talking about nasty situations here, 16 damage max on this son of a gun. Probably should be reading through some of these scrolls. I have a 7 stack that's very likely just identify. Would have been nice to have for this encounter. I do have another magic potion. I think let's start with curing. No, let's pull out all the stops actually. Again, something inside me curls up in distaste when I start using consumables this early in the run. But hopefully, you know, all goes well here. We should actually get to a stage where we don't really need those consumables too much. At least we shouldn't have too much necessity for magic potions, because we will be worshipping. Speak of the devil, Sif Muna here. So we will have the ability to channel magic, have a bit of a different path, a different bit of recourse to take when we find ourselves just spamming through our abilities like a fool. So that's nice. And here we go against potentially an old family member of ours. Distant relative, I guess, is maybe the more likely way. Though I don't know, how diverse is the Ogre gene pool? You know, did they travel all over the world? Are they pretty region locked to just a starting location? These are the important questions. As we're exploring the dungeon, we also need to, you know, explore our world as it is. Or, you know, we can just kill everything with fire. That works too. beauty of games with this, or games like this rather, with a kind of open-ended narrative style, is we can kind of go with whatever we feel fits best. So these doors at the bottom of the room being closed means that the ogre will in fact advance upon us. I kind of want to bite the bullet early there and just take them out, and that does go fairly smoothly. Oh, these sons of guns are very swift, hey? Well, it was nice knowing you, Transmogrify. Unfortunately, I don't see this going especially well. Guardian Golem, without the corridor, I don't think is super helpful in keeping us in one piece. I could just try to get lucky, and that's probably what we will aim for here. The question is, do I try to sit out a turn with Flame Wave, or do I go with Blast Motes? Probably Blast Motes. Okay, they do in fact blow themselves up. You love to see it. And then I'm just going to run away. Trying to be mindful of which route I took to get here, because again, it will kind of guarantee that the doors are open and a bit more accessible. So that is fantastic. Hello, my friends. You know, now we've generated enough magic that I'm feeling all right with ourselves, and fantastic. Oh, you know what? What I should do before I keep exploring the floor as we have been, let's head to a stairwell and let's actually read those scrolls that we talked about earlier, shall we? Fantastic. We get teleport. I guess I should probably go for heal wounds. Resistance isn't great. Bunch of single stack potions. I don't feel I'm that likely to get heal wounds, so I will go back to scrolls in this occasion. And hey, we get a few things ID'd here, nothing too exceptional. Always nice to have teleportation scrolls. Gives us our backup option for when things start to get a little bit nasty down the road. Fantastic. Otherwise, I'm feeling like we've stabilized into the early game here. Feeling pretty solid, feeling pretty good. Hopefully we don't get anything too out of depth in the near future here, and we get a bit more time to work up our piety, start getting gifted spells from Sif, and hopefully, sooner rather than later, we see those transmutation spells coming our way. Because if I can justify training transmutation school to the nth degree early on, then it means a pretty quick pipeline into the dream here, which of course is Dragon Form with Manifold Assault, good unarmed training, and just slash and bite our way through the universe here. But hey, we'll see how it goes. It's still too early to tell, and I'm sure there will be plenty of excitement left to go as we continue forward here. In fact, even this is not ideal, especially miscasting Flame Wave. Let's try our best to not do so. Ogre friend. I mean, what was I thinking? I was like, surround myself with bees because Flame Wave will just destroy them, which, true to an extent. The flip side of that is that they will also take that as a great opportunity to destroy me. So, whoopsie daisies, but hey, didn't quite get there. We're still in one piece, still feeling good. And we got our first Pip of Piety and everything. Fantastic. Just blast all you kiddos to Kingdom Come. Fantastic. Did we get... No, we did not get any Curari darts off of our Kobold Brigand there, unfortunately. But we'll keep an eye out for that in the future. And a jewelry shop. So Ring of Willpower. Probably will be coming back to buy that at some point in the future. I wouldn't be surprised if we did. This fly ring, though. Intelligence +4, Dex +3, and +4. Probably be alright. Be pretty nice. Don't know if it's enough to warrant locking it down for as a future buy. Adding it to our wish list, as it were. But at least something to keep in the back of our brains here. And speaking of brains, hey brain, how's it going? Hail to you as well, my friend. Always lovely to see you. And we get Bjornir's Vile Clutch added to our books. Now I'm guessing this is going to be very uncastable. Yeah, 65% failure rate. But that, my friends, is very tempting. Just having the last run as a very recent reminder as to just how effective the spell is. Would require some necromancy and or earth training, which I'm not a huge fan of. Maybe we'll see when we hit our current skill caps, and we can kind of reevaluate, see if we want to change anything up, or if we're happy with where we're sitting at that moment in time. Hello, my friends. Come one, come all, and see the show tonight. Fantastic. Oh gosh, we're definitely bringing in a bit more attention than I was originally intending here. But fortunately, most of it is just popcorn, nothing we can't handle. And we can get right back on the road once again, shall we? Hello, whites. So nice to be a fire elementalist after having quite a few runs where I feel like I've been largely ineffectual against undead enemies. No problem whatsoever in this case. Okay, +5 spear. I think that probably takes the cake as our best current enchanted item here, or enchanted weapon specifically, I should say. I mean, hopefully, all things go according to plan. We just never have to use it. That would be nice, but always good to be prepared, at least. Is it hard to cast spells with popcorn stuck in your teeth? Definitely. I mean, you have to get the enunciation just right. And when you're constantly fiddling around, or especially, I feel like my teeth are very specifically laid out with the clear goal of just making it the worst possible scenario in terms of getting popcorn kernels stuck in my teeth. But I do love the stuff, so you know, you make sacrifices for the things you love most in this world. But I do love seeing some acid dragon scales. We can immediately throw those on, get a nice +4. Everything should still be fully castable and whatnot, so that is fantastic. And let's see. Rematch against the swarm of angry bees. Hopefully we can do slightly better this time. Does seem to be the case. We're able to kill them a bit quicker. You know, also having a slightly more limited viewport on them coming in definitely helped out. So that is fantastic. And yeah, overall, a pretty smooth start for the moment here. Hello, my buzzing friends. Once again, no real issues. Fortunately, though I could see that going otherwise. Also can't trust Tab coming into a centaur here. Accidentally take a bit of a poke with our spear instead of closing the distance. Fortunately, that oversight is not quite the nail in the coffin at this moment in time. Probably should start walking away here if I was slightly more intelligent, but instead I'm going to stick it out to the end, just barely making it through. At least not in one-hit territory. At least not until the very end of the